This is how I got over my nerves, not just of doing Amazon videos or being on TikTok or YouTube videos. This dates back to the start of my career and really all through school. Hated giving presentations, hated being the center of attention up in the front of the class, hated it. Just please let me disappear into the background and I'll be good. I distinctly remember having my internship when I was in college, had a presentation to give for, I don't know, 5 or 6 people. And they weren't even like big wigs of the company. And my mouth got so fucking dry, throat closing up, forgetting to breathe, having a literal stage 1 of a panic attack. I knew with me, I needed to do something where I could mentally understand that I had to get the information out. And so I kind of used being a people pleaser to my advantage. And also someone who likes to be efficient. And the change really happened when I was in one of my first careers. I was a buyer for a catalog company of handmade goods. And for every new catalog that we were putting out, we had a meeting where the buyers would talk about the item, the materials that were in them, the fabrics, if that artisan had a story, specific process they do to make that vase. All of the buyers were giving this presentation to most departments of the company. We're telling copywriters what to write about the item. We're telling photographers how we want it shot. A warehouse manager was in there figuring out how we were going to pack it so that it didn't break. All the things, like you are in the spotlight. You are the expert on the item. Can you see how I ended up doing what I do now? What I started to realize after those meetings is if I didn't do a good job of giving information and really helping all those departments understand their part in making that item successfully sell, I was going to have a lot of work to do after that meeting. And I don't need extra work. So that important mental shift that happened was me understanding that if I got nervous, that's all anyone was thinking about. If I wasn't focused on giving the information and transferring what I knew about the item to the people who needed to do their jobs on the item, I was creating a lot more work for myself. I was wasting my time standing up there on my feet for literally 6 hours in these meetings. Once I realized that, I was done letting my own nervousness guide a conversation. And then in subsequent careers, when I was in tech sales, it's almost like you grow that muscle into the next level, and I fucking loved that. Most of the time my buyers were old white men as municipal leaders, city managers, mayors. And I would show up there with my little laptop, and it might have been the first time in their day that they had to shut the fuck up and listen to a woman speak. And I know I'm going deeper on this than you expected, but I think it's important to understand that at different stages, you will learn different things, and that intensity will grow with which you overcome that thing that you are stuck on. So like to today, and it's interesting because sometimes I'll send a video back to the brand to say, here it is, here's my deliverable. They'll give feedback. Maybe they want me to tweak something in my voiceover. And when they script me, I become paralyzed, robotic. So now it's like a relearning of, okay, when someone gives me a script, I still need to know that I can inject myself into it. How do I do that? I literally, when I'm recording it, make sure, especially if it's a voiceover and I could do whatever the hell I want, I'm probably laid back on the couch, literally trying to get my body and my mindset into a relaxed mindset so that I'm not like, this is the best coffee I've ever had. That's not what they want. And again, am I going to deliver something that's just going to cause me more work later? No. So trust me when I say you will get into a groove. You might hate your first 100 videos. I look back at some of mine like, did I really think that was going to sell the item? And then you just redo it and it's okay. There's also really silly things like just jumping up and down to get those nerves out, going, I've done that, especially from tripping over words. I will just literally just fucking get it out. I know it feels ridiculous, but it helps.